Now, before anybody think that I'm posting this video to get a laugh or make a joke, it's clearly not that. And on top of that, this has nothing to do with the caption, how are the first 2 weeks of 2024. This has nothing to do with this. Now, before I go any further and I start to speak about this, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a medical profession. I don't have any degrees. I am not a neurosurgeon. I am not a neurologist. However, based off my research and readings that neurologists and neurosurgeons have found, I am able to comprehend and reiterate my findings to enlighten the youth of their genetic makeup so they can do further research for themselves. Now, here we go right here. Now, whenever I speak about genetics now, and as you can see, there's going to be a lot of people that's coming out of the cold blue that's talking about they don't, why DNA don't matter, DNA don't matter. That's a lie, because guess what? The only reason people that are saying DNA doesn't matter are those that have a question mark next to their name. Now, let me tell you why DNA matter, and DNA is structure. Think about that 1 second. I'm gonna tell you, DNA is structure. You have over 11 different thousand birds, over 11,000 different birds, different species of birds on the planet. Some like to fly at higher distance and altitudes than other. Some eat the different foods that they eat. Some don't fly at all, but they flap their wings a little bit. So you have different birds and different species of birds, and they're all identified by their DNA. They're all identified by their DNA. Now, if you did not, if DNA didn't matter, then the evolutionary theory, which would be true, fish would jump out the ocean and sleep with monkeys. Elephants would try to sleep with gorillas. Zebras would try to sleep with giraffe. It wouldn't be no structure. And if you look at the nature has structure. Nature moves with the cosmos in unison and alignment with the cosmos. They do not do violent, unnecessary, heinous acts with one another. Violent. They actually move according they actually move according to the harmony and harmonize to the ways of the planet. So DNA is very important. So the only people that are saying DNA doesn't matter are those that have a question mark next to their name, aka animal genetics. Again, I am not a neuroscientist. I am not a neurologist. This is where I say right here where the brain is underdeveloped with other races of people. Now, here it is right here. This young lady, not picking on her, she has got to be, what, 14, 15 years old, trying to run track. You understand? She's trying to run track. All she doing was in a sitting position to start off and run the track, and she could not take off. Now, here's the problem, and here's the scientific facts. When I tell you that the brain is underdeveloped, and reason why, when you share 98.7 or 98.6 of your DNA with a monkey, worm, fruit fly, muskrat, chicken, dog, whatever the case may be, these different type of animals, the brain does not know what to formulate itself completely into. So let me just give it to you like this. If she was 100% all one species, her equilibrium, her balance, everything would be better when she take off. You understand? When they dance, the whole nine, everything would be a lot better. But because her brain is not fully developed in it, because of too many different DNAs of other species, the neuron repolarizes or depolarizes. And as well, it's a slow synapses. Now, synapses are chemical charges that are electrical chemical charges, messages that are sent from the neuron through a dendrite to another neuron or through a axon tract to a limb, ligament, organ, whatever the case may be. In this case right now, her mind wants her to take off and run. Her mind wants her to take off and run. But the synapses, the chemical message from the neuron, dendrite, axon tract to the legs and arms to stand up and run, to take off, is not firing off. And look at the delay. This is what you call depolarizing or repolarizing. This is it right here. So look at her. So this is not making fun of them. This is not being hatred or nothing. This is science fact. And this shows up whenever we are competing with them, more importantly, athletically. because they cannot keep up with us at all. Whenever they allow us to compete on an even playing field, it shows their inability to keep up with us. No matter what it may be, academically, athletically, it doesn't make a bit of a difference. Again, I am not a neuroscientist. I am not a neurologist. However, based off the information that I have been reading and my findings from neurosurgeons, neurologists, this right here is a delayed reaction, a delayed response from the neuron to the dendrites to another neuron or to the axon tract to the limbs. And this is what it happens. And this happens consistently with them. And it shows up even more with the older people when they drink. You see what I'm saying? And when they try to dance, this is no rhythm because they are all not 100% one species. This is a mutation. Now, and again, if I'm wrong, I'll ask anyone that study neurology, anyone that has a degree in neurology, biology, please leave a message at the bottom and tell me where I'm wrong at so I can go search it up for myself. And therefore, I can retract my statement and I'll make my apologies and say, okay, you know what, I'm wrong. Let me start over. However, if I am correct, you're going to do exactly what you've been doing. Watch my videos and move on and hope that I'm wrong about what's taking place with the ozone layer, the sun, the moon, and our brothers and sisters that's moving amongst those stars. Those brothers and sisters, those people that move amongst those stars, they look just like so-called black people on the planet. The only difference between them and us right now, the only difference between us and them, the antigens on our DNA, the language that we are speaking, and the dimension that we are in. Other than that, there is no difference between them. We look like them and they look like us. And that's a scientific, biological fact. Again, this is not to cause hatred. This is not to cause division. This right here is to bring awareness to the fact to our star seeds out here. When they sit here trying to get you to compete. No one, look at who they got you competing next to. Look at the girl, look at the track and field, look at the track and field at the Olympics who won. Just look across that whole track when all the females took off. What did you see? Nothing but black women across the track. Because they do not want to show the disparity when it comes to our genetics versus theirs. Because they cannot keep up with us at all, academically or athletically. They cannot keep up with us at all. Abundance and gratitude to you all.